journey I'm on right now. I'm trying to fill my own hole. In the days after my breakdown, I talked to Bugis and I turned to books. Books changed lives. I read self-help books, I started working on self-discipline, and I kept thinking about The Alchemist, which had set me on a path. As I've traveled along, I've written down what I'm learning. Books have helped me along my journey, and I hope this book will help you along on yours. The journey is not just about your career. It's not just about your romantic relationships. It's not about achieving the external markers of success, going platinum or earning $1 million. All of that means nothing if you are still losing to yourself. Your external world will reflect the state of your internal world. All aspects of your life warrant being checked in on and improved. Pursue your best self, and your best self is your whole self. Mastering yourself is a game that you can play for the rest of your life. You are on a quest of self-mastery and self-love. Success is a never-ending inside job. Your best self is your whole self.
Yeah. I'm a recovering perfectionist, a self-destructive specialist. My 30-second session with my therapist is evidence that I can't see I've made it. I'm like
Chapter 1. Perfectionist. Perfection is an illusion.
I'm working on it, though I'm trying to be more patient with myself. I rob myself with so much joy, I'm making payments to myself. I'm still in.
So many of us make the dangerous assumption that we're supposed to be perfect. Perfection isn't real. It's an illusion that keeps us in a place of fear and shame. My dad's metric for success was perfection. Whether it was doing the dishes or making sure the forks faced the right way in the dishwasher, the car had to be packed a certain way and in a certain time frame. And when and if things weren't done just as he wanted, he would snap and belittle all of us. Everything had to be his way, the perfect way. It was his world, and it was a pressure cooker. When I was a kid, my dad coached my basketball teams, and during games, he was very critical. I was 8. If someone flew by me when I was playing defense, he'd scream, "Ole!" at me as if I was a matador that had just let the ball pass, which made me feel dumb and embarrassed. School was easy for me, but bringing home grades was intense. I would bring home an A-, and my father would say, "Imagine if you studied," or "Imagine if you applied yourself." Even the A's weren't good enough. My dad would say in response to that, "Well, it wasn't an A, it was an A-." Doesn't seem that heavy, but after years of it, I began to feel like nothing I ever did was good enough. As I got older, his impossible standards drove a wedge between us. When you do anything creative, especially at the beginning, your confidence can be fragile because you're new and unsure and you want approval. Sometimes the wrong no from the right person can be really damaging. When I started making music, I'd show my dad a video I'd shot or play him a song. He wouldn't acknowledge the effort. He'd delve into critiques. "Why did you shoot it this way?" Or "You should write lyrics like this." Then he'd go in for the kill. "You'd be so much further ahead in your career if you just listened to me." Just once, I wanted him to say, "That's awesome. I'm proud of you for going after what you love. Keep going." When I was 20, we had a big blow up after I'd done my first interview. I was so excited to show it to him. When you're going after something that is so far away, like another planet far away, any sign of progress makes you feel like you could arrive tomorrow. Instead of recognizing the progress I'd made, he just started criticizing the interview. Granted, I was very drunk and the interview was very sloppy, but I wanted him to be excited that on this planet that I told him I was going to travel to, there were signs of life. "You wonder why none of us kids bring anything to you, why we don't talk to you about anything?" I exploded. "You just shit on everything." We started getting in each other's faces and my brother Frank had to break it up. I stayed with Frank for a couple days, then I went to LA for a month and I got a tattoo of a rosary made of music notes on my arm. It was my way of announcing that music was my religion, but deeper than that, it was me digging my heels in the sand and saying, "This is who I am and this is what I'm doing." It made my commitment to this wild dream feel real. It also had the added benefit of announcing to my father that I was not going to get a regular fucking job. I was going to make this dream come true. But as hard as I pushed against him, he had wormed his way deep into my brain. My inner critic was really my dad's voice, which over time morphed into my own. My dad was hypercritical, had unmeetable standards, and at times, his love felt conditional. I adopted my dad's metric as my own, so that I was never good enough for myself. I was raised in an environment where making mistakes was met with shame instead of understanding. Perfection was the standard. Anything less wasn't good enough. This seed of shame blossomed into a false sense of omnipotence. I thought I was supposed to know the right turn at every intersection. Naturally, I made a lot of wrong turns, and when I did, I would first try to defend my turn to the death of me out of fear of facing the harsh reality that I was not perfect. What came after that inevitably was deep shame and humiliation. I beat myself up, embarrassed that I could be so stupid.